The statistics are clear. Boys from African and Caribbean heritage start school at average academic levels. But by the end of year 2, they're beginning to fall behind. In year 6, only 50% of black boys achieve level 4 in English, compared with 70% of all children. The gap widens through secondary school. Only 30% achieve 5 good GCSEs. The national average is 54%. In this film, we'll find out what's going wrong and see how 3 London schools have each found their own solutions.
And I was just going to prepare us for a session.
A primary in Hackney is starting early, teaching boys some crucial but basic behaviour skills. A secondary in Brent has been employing a high number of black teachers for more than 20 years. And a boys' school in South London is making it cool to learn.
I love it. I love studying.
Culverstone is trying to get to grips with disaffection early.
We've got 2 strawberries and 1 vanilla.
At the moment, the school's concerned about a group of black boys in year 6 who aren't achieving the targets teachers are expecting of them. To help find out what's going wrong, the boys have been closely observed in class.
They're fiddling with elastic bands, they're sucking their thumbs, gazing out of the window, they're looking at each other, they're, sort of physically pushing on each other and that kind of thing. All these sorts of things are distracting behaviours. They're taking the child's attention.
But aren't these behaviours that lots of boys in year 6 exhibit?
Yeah, there are behaviours that lots of boys in year 6 exhibit. It's true. However, for this particular group of young men in Hackney at this moment in time, it's not just about the behaviours that they're exhibiting in class. We're looking at, if you like, at the whole child and what their learning needs are. We're going to begin today with just a little bit of breathing and meditation, okay? I want you to stand just quickly.
The 9 boys are with Mike, a former teacher who now works as a consultant for the local education authority. The aim is to encourage them to think about the consequences of their behaviour. It's their 3rd session.
This week, I've heard that the focus has been better. But I want to know from you how you know that the focus has been better in class on learning. How do you know that?
Because sometimes if I see a pencil on the carpet, yeah, I pick it up and fidget with it. But now, if I see a pencil on the carpet, I just leave it alone.
Right, so that's one way that we can know. Less fidgeting. Okay, very good.
I've learned, not to play with elastic bands in class or some form of mess about. I should just listen to the teacher, because if I don't listen to the teacher and it's time to do your work, you won't have an idea what to do.
Okay.
Some time ago, Mena found that he was pretty strong, and then he started picking fights with people. But now I see that he tells the teachers more, he talks to people more and stuff. Just like we agree.
That's good.
Mena,
That's very good. Yes,
yeah, well done.
Mena.
Mike and his colleagues in Hackney believe this early intervention at Key Stage 2 is crucial, before the boys arrive in secondary school and are set in their ways.
I think the statistics show that somewhere between Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, there begins to be a dip in the children's achievements. I suspect that one needs to go as far back as year 3, really, and capture children at that point if you want to sustain the achievement.
As a group, yeah, I've tried to come to school. Normally, in the weeks, I wouldn't come on a Monday. Even though I came half day today, I still would attempt to come on a Monday and try and come through at the...
Addressing behaviour is just the first step. Mike believes these black boys' lack of concentration is part of a bigger picture.
The truth is that for young black men at the moment in this society, there are a number of things that have fallen by the wayside. There's less community cohesion amongst our black communities nowadays. More of our children are more distanced from older men who are able to impart the wisdom of the community. And I suppose that with the young men only really relating to each other as peers and not relating to older people, their ability to see beyond themselves, to see the sort of potential that they might have of what life might really be like for them in terms of talking with older men, etc. That doesn't happen. So the idea is that working as men, them and Milton, or them and me, or perhaps them and other men in their lives, can begin to, I suppose, develop some glue that will, that will enable them to see the vision for their lives and be able to develop a sort of a perspective on self-growth and what they might be like and how to realize those things. We're going to focus on how we can be strong in our purpose. Remember what we were saying? We were saying that every time we do something positive in our lessons, positive in our class, it's like kind of saving up for the future.
Mike is using the lyrics of a reggae song to provoke a discussion about values.
I'm just going to look at the first bit that says chorus. The chorus says, nobody want to plant the corn, everybody want to raid the barn. Now, what do you think that might mean?
It means that no one wants to do the work, they just want to take what comes out.
Take over.
Take what happens.
I think it means, yeah, everybody don't want to do no work, but they want to take over something. They want to take over. Take an easy ride. Take an easy ride when it's finished.
Using the song is in keeping with the school's philosophy of celebrating black culture.
I want all the children at Culverston to feel that this is their school, and in terms of their identity, I want them to feel comfortable with whosoever they happen to be. And in terms of the black children, I believe that the children are black British children who come from a rich and diverse cultural heritage. I think you're more likely to succeed if you're comfortable with who you are. So we try to grab every opportunity we can to acknowledge those differences in a positive way and to celebrate it as much as we possibly can.
Brothers, let's offer each other a sign of peace and friendship. Okay? They can do things together. We don't have to embrace that culture that comes through the media from the US, essentially, from the black urban male, which is one where the bling lifestyle rules. It's sort of one over the other, and I'm the best, better than you. There are other values, and the kinds of values that were promoted within the Caribbean in the 70s and later as well, are values of collectivity and how we might do things together, how we might work together and have a sense of self-worth and self-dignity, which comes from our own roots and not the roots of another culture that are being imposed on us.
By the time the children reach secondary school, challenging this bling lifestyle is even more difficult. Copland has 2,000 students. A third are of African Caribbean heritage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell, come on, lesson 5 is about to begin.
Sir Alan Davies has been head for 16 years.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He believes employing black teachers makes a huge difference.
So much depends on the quality of the teacher, the ability of the teacher to deliver the curriculum. But once you've got a teacher who can deliver the curriculum, pupils relate more to a high-achieving teacher from the same ethnic group, the same ethnic background, and it provides a role model for the student to aspire to. Students are looking for role models.
We are going to give each of the different beakers the same amount of energy.
Frank Sampong joined the school 18 years ago. His background is African-Irish. 45% of teaching staff here are from an ethnic minority. That's more than 6 times the London average.
I think one of the things I'm fortunate, being from an ethnic minority, is I've got high expectations for them as well. I've done it. I've got to my level in education, and therefore I can have, there's no reason why they can't look at me and say, well, I can do that. I see the kids outside, and a number of our pupils will, drop their waistbands so the crotch of their trousers is way down. They walk with a strut, hat and hood, but I know that they're not negative characters.